In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a review that students have to go through before they can get to your assessment. So this is a multiplication assessment. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And then RQ means review question number 1. So I will select 10 and then go ahead and click Next. We know that's the wrong answer. By doing so, it gives us a little YouTube video that we watch.
Jack Cartman! Kids Music Channel!
And then once we're done watching, it says select Next after watching the video. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And it takes me back to the review question. And if I select another incorrect answer, go ahead and click Next. It goes back to the same video. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Next for the sake of the tutorial. And now I'm going to choose the correct answer, which is 25. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And then now it goes to the assessment. You can do as many review questions as you like before they get to the actual assessment. And then you can put as many questions as you want in your assessment. I just did 2 for the sake of time here. So now I'm going to select a wrong answer here and a correct answer. And go ahead and click Submit. View score. And it shows me my score here, which was a 50 out of 100. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and show you that this is what it entails. It entails creating sections. So I have my original section, which is where it started off. And then it goes to the review question. This is section 2. And it says to continue, to the next section. Here it says incorrect review question number 1. So whenever they answer incorrectly on this question, they get directed to the video. After the video, it says to go to section 2, which is review question number 1, which directs them back over here. That's why each time they watch the video, they would go back to the review question. And the only time that they are sent to a different area is when they answered correctly, which was when they chose the correct answer. To do that, there is right here for the questions, you have an option that says to go to a section based on an answer. So it's important that you select that to be able to get this. Now, in case you're not aware, you can also shuffle your multiple choice options by selecting this option here. Okay, so notice here when they selected any of the incorrect answers, they were directed to section 3, which was where the video was located. When they choose the correct answer, which is 25, it says to go to section 4, which section 4 starts the actual assessment. Okay, so if you kind of know what to do by that, you can probably stop watching the video and go ahead and then, start creating your reviews and assessments just like this. For those of you that want to see how it all gets created, I'm going to go ahead and show you step by step now. So here I created a short quiz. Here's the 2 questions. This is how it starts off. Normally, this is what you do for your typical, quizzes on Google Forms. But now let's start doing the sections and those, sending people to, or the students to the correct section based on their answer choice. So to do that, we're going to create our first section right here. I'm going to go ahead and add a section. Section 2 gets created. This is where I'm going to do my review of question 1. So that's the section. Now I'm going to add a question. And this is where I did the, what is 5 times 5. Let me put a little space there. And then I had answer choices of 10, 25, 15, and 35. So here's the beginning. So let's just go to the next section. This is just kind of what shows, what they're going to start, which is a multiplication assessment. And it shows them their email depending on whatever settings you have. Right here. Let's go ahead and select go to section based on answer. So if it's 10, it's incorrect. Okay, not yet there. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let me now create another section here. This will be incorrect for review question 1. And for the description, I'm just going to put select next when you have finished watching the video. And I'm going to go ahead and go to this add video. And right here, I'm going to put multiplication. My spellings are wrong. Here we go. By 5. And in case you already have a specific video from YouTube, you can just go to URL and put the URL right there. I'm doing that video search. Ooh, I lost my typing here. Multiplication by 5. And I'm going to go ahead and select that first video. I inserted that. And this is where the actual assessment was, these last 2 questions. So I want to separate that as well. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and add another section, which this was the assessment. Okay, so after they watch the review video, we want to send them back over here to section 2. So for that, we're going to go right here and it says after section. Not to continue to the next one, we want to send them back to section 2, which is a review question number 1. So after your review videos, send them back to the question that relates to that video. I believe that should pretty much be it. Oh, I have 125 points here. So that means right here, this review question, we don't want it to count as points. So I'm going to go to the answer key and put 0 for points there. And this was the correct answer. I'm going to hit done there. And now we can actually direct them to where we want them to go. So the next section 3, the video, we want them to go there for the wrong ones. Go to section 3. This is the correct one, which we go to the actual assessment, which is section 4. And these go to section 3 and section 3. Okay, so again, you have to create sections, review question number 1, and then don't forget to select this right here where it says to go to a section based on an answer. That way they can get directed to the tutorial video, okay, to review that information and then be able to come back to this question. Once they have the correct answer, which on this question was 25, they go to the next one. Okay, which in this case was the assessment, but in case you have multiple reviews, you send them to the next review question. Let's see back there, and these are just continuing to the next area. Okay, but that's pretty much it, guys. All of them will have continued to next section except the videos. You'll direct those to go back to their previous question, and then make sure that once the correct answer is selected, it leads them on to the next section. So just to test this out again, this one that we created, I'm going to go to the preview. And here we go. Multiplication assessment. I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm going to select a wrong answer here, 15. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And it selects me to the video right here, which over here says select the next when you have finished watching the video. There's nothing they can really force them to watch it, but hopefully they do so they can learn from this.
Cartman!
They'll click next and go back to that review question. Once they select the correct answer, they'll move on. And in this case, it was the assessment. But if you were to have more review questions, you would get, the student would go to that next review question. And here, they just take the test. Let me go ahead and select, let's get 100 now. Put the 35 there and put the 60 here and submit and view score. And here is a 100. If you have any questions on how to do this process, go ahead and please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Have a good one, everybody.